Hey everyone, it's Aaron's. Welcome back. So, now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is out, and we get a pretty good perspective of the entire series, I decided I wanted to do a couple different series of videos showcasing certain features from each game. I wanted to start with Keyblades, so today I will be counting down my top 5 favorite Keyblades from the original Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. The reason why I'm doing Final Mix is because Final Mix introduced 2 extra Keyblades to the roster, and one of them may or may not be on this list. Otherwise I would have stuck with the original because that's the first game that I played up until, I think it was like 2008 when I finally decided to order a Japanese copy. So, that being said, let's get started. So in order for me to pick my favorite Keyblades, I had to think about many different factors. If a Keyblade's design outweighed its usefulness to a degree where I favored that Keyblade aesthetically, it would make the list, just so you guys know. So not all of these Keyblades are selected based on functionality. They are based off from the entirety of their design and their functionality. So number 5 on our list is Lady Luck. Lady Luck possesses 7 strength and 2 magic. It's one of the most perfect, well-rounded Keyblades in the game, and it's also one of the hardest to find. So hard, in fact, that back in 2002 when I played my initial playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1, I didn't end up getting this Keyblade. It wasn't until I think the second time I played through the game, on Proud Mode was the second time, that I had actually figured out how to unlock it. So let's talk about a couple different things. This Keyblade makes it better to do magic. So as you know, strength is something that isn't exactly shown when you're playing the game, unless you go to like your stats or whatever. However, magic was. Magic, you could actually see your magic value in the UI when you are not in a paused screen, because it's spiraled along the bottom right of the screen. And magic was treated very differently in Kingdom Hearts 1 than any other game in the series. So Keyblades ultimately added or removed your ability to use a spell. Or to cure. Cure was like 3 magic, and other spells were like 1 to 3 depending on their usefulness. Like Arrow had a magic value of 3. So Lady Luck was a good Keyblade because it added 2 to your total magic usage. But it was a short-range Keyblade. And I chose it because it's useful magic-wise, but it's also a really beautifully crafted Keyblade. It's found in Wonderland, and therefore it has this kind of classic, card game sort of feel to its design. It's got like the heart, and it's like appearance-wise one of my favorites from Kingdom Hearts 1. Going down to number 4 on our list is One-Winged Angel. And the reason why this made the list was because when I had initially seen the additions that were added to Final Mix when it came out in Japan, I was waiting and waiting and waiting for the game to come out in America. And I saw this Keyblade and immediately loved it. I've always been a super fan of Final Fantasy VII. It was my 4th Final Fantasy game that I had played in the series growing up, and it took my favorite slot for a long time. So Sephiroth, of course, is one of my favorite characters in the series because he is so multi-dimensional. He's not just a one-sided character. I mean, Final Fantasy is not really full of one-sided characters, but Sephiroth definitely takes the cake on the most multi-functional character in any Final Fantasy game because he's full of so many different layers, and when they added him to Kingdom Hearts, it was a pleasure to be able to fight him as the secret boss in the Olympus Coliseum. But it was even a bigger pleasure for people who got to play Final Mix before the HD remix to get the One-Winged Angel as a reward for finally kicking his ass. So that makes this Keyblade pretty high up on the list. I don't necessarily like its design. I like that it does, it's very Final Fantasy VII, but with all of the Keyblades that were in Kingdom Hearts 1, it's definitely not my favorite looking. But One-Winged Angel does add 8 to your strength, which is a nice boost of strength, but it does remove 2 magic. So it wasn't really a Keyblade that I ever used. I think I equipped it once and I went to Deep Jungle to try and level Sora up because I was trying to get him to level 100. So I think I had it equipped for like a minute, but I never really actually used it. But that doesn't mean it's not my favorite. It's my favorite for nostalgic purposes. It's my favorite because it belongs kind of to the Final Fantasy series, and it represented something so mystical when Final Mix had come out in Japan and not in America. So next on the list is Oathkeeper. Oathkeeper is aesthetically definitely one of my favorites in the entire series. It is instantly recognizable even by people who are not fans of the series. A lot of Keyblades, when people see them, they like this because they don't look like keys. People are like, okay, what the heck is this? They don't realize that it's a Keyblade. But Oathkeeper, when a lot of people see it, even people who are not fans of the series or have even ever really looked into the series at all, when they see Oathkeeper, they know it's like a Kingdom Hearts flagship. And it was a pretty useful Keyblade when Kairi gives you the keychain for it. It's got 9 strength and it's got 1 magic, so it adds like an extra boost of magic. It's not a long-ranged or a short-ranged weapon, it's a pretty medium-ranged weapon, and it's freaking beautiful. So of course, after Oathkeeper, I have to follow up with Oblivion. Oblivion was my favorite Keyblade, my first playthrough of the game. And it was because it gave you 11 strength and -1 magic. So it was still a pretty useful Keyblade. It's the same length as Oathkeeper, of course, and it was just it's a heavy damage dealing Keyblade. And aesthetically, again, is one of those Keyblades that represents the series. It's been in more Kingdom Hearts games than most Keyblades, besides of course the Kingdom Key, and it stands artistically, like its artistic direction is a testament to the longevity of certain Keyblade designs. So I really liked it. It was a good Keyblade. So of course, number 1 on the list is the Ultima weapon. And the reason for that is not just because it is the strongest Keyblade in the game, but because of how difficult it was to achieve getting this Keyblade. It adds 12 to your strength and 2 to your magic. This is an insanely powerful Keyblade. It of course wrecks the game, so if you get it pretty early on, you can sweep through the rest of the game and all of the secret bosses without even having to blink. And it is a very long-reaching Keyblade, so you can use sweeps to your advantage to be able to pull in your enemies and wipe them out pretty quickly. So it is a beast. So if you want a challenge, I recommend not getting that thing until the very end and only getting it as an unlockable. But it is kind of fun to unlock it early and beat the crap out of everything because it's almost comical how easy the game becomes. But aesthetically, it is an incredibly designed Keyblade. So out of all of the Ultima weapons from all of the games, because each one has like their own variation of it, this one definitely has a more beautiful design than most, and it is very eye-pleasing. It is a very sexy Keyblade. And Sora wielding it in Kingdom Hearts 1 is almost like a joke because it's pretty much taller than him. So it's really funny to see this like little itty bitty dude in red shorts hanging onto this huge freaking weapon in his hand. I think that's just, it's almost just funny because it's not funny. Like, it's just ridiculous. So there you have it. My top 5 Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts 1. Did you agree with my picks? What Keyblades did I leave off the list that were your favorites? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Also, make sure to let me know in the comment section below if you want more videos like this from me. I'll be counting down features in each Kingdom Hearts game as well, but I haven't exactly decided the topic. So if there's something you want to see from me as a countdown, go ahead and let me know. And if you want more countdown Keyblade videos, I've played every single game in the series, so I could literally do one for every single game. So let me know if that'd be something you'd be interested in watching. Go ahead and click the thumbs up if you like this video, and if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos from me, and ring that bell for whenever I do my live streams or I post new videos. Thanks for watching.